This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
And JP, have you ever had jet lag?
Yes. I was traveling. Well, it's funny because I got it traveling west, which usually doesn't happen. So you're like,
Oh, you're going the other way. Yeah.
Go the other way, yeah. But I was up really late one night and I was traveling out to Vegas to visit somebody. And even though like I lost, you gain that hour like going west. And I still like felt like I had to sleep because I was up so late, before preparing to go. So, it took me a little while to adjust times, but like at the same time when I was out there, I got sun poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
Really bad because I forgot how, like at elevation, like I forgot how bad the sun was, and my face actually like puffed out and like bloated.
Really?
It was that bad.
Had like an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
Truly. Okay.
And so I didn't realize it. And like, I got back, we were out skateboarding in Henderson, and I got back to the apartment that we were staying at, and I looked in the mirror and my whole side just puffed out. And like, you ever see no, never mind. I was going to say something, but I was like,
share the mask?
That's so bad. But
What if you look like it? You look like
that's just like a bad. Yeah, but it's like I didn't really even recognize myself, and like we went out to eat with some like people we knew and everything, and like no one brought it up. Like, but I just like it hurt to touch and everything. But that's not.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, but I've gotten it going to like Florida and stuff too. Like I haven't been on like huge trips. Like the most flying time I've probably had is like 3.5 hours or something, like cross country or, something like that. So not too bad, but you land like going one way to the other and you're like, oh my God, it's late or, something like that. And it's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of my extent too. I mean, I think the longest travel I had, I was so young, it didn't matter. But I'm saying maybe from Florida to California was my longest trip. Where they go up to Atlanta and then head over. Having a couple stops on the way, and I can almost like sleep an entire day after that travel.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring that up, Kristen Starr is coming back. Mm-hmm. How do you think that's going to affect her?
Ooh.
Like, do you think it's going to be? She seems to start slow. And then by the time she's ready to go back home, she's on fire.
Right.
Seems to kind of hold the pattern. Do you think she's going to come back on fire, or do you think it's going to take some time? Do you think it's going to have the jet lag effect?
I don't know. Like, that's interesting because obviously she's coming back to defend the preserve. Mm-hmm. I guess it depends like how early she gets here.
Right.
To adjust and get back into it.
I guess she's coming back, this coming Tuesday or something like that,
okay.
or Monday or Tuesday. She's flying into Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly where she's flying into.
And then it'll be Preserve, and then U.S. Women's isn't till later in July.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Des Moines after the Preserve, I think.
Don't know where.
Yeah, I'm not positive on this.
She could always swing and hit one of our flex starts.
Yeah, why not? Swing up to Door County.
Yeah.
Awesome, that'd be sweet.
It's $25, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you're coming into Wisconsin, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope she just comes in and she's just absolutely on fire.
I do too.
Like absolutely on fire. But
well, it's interesting because what's her name? Leek. Is that her name? L-Y?
Yes.
She's going up against Leek Lorenzen. She's been here for a while. Like she didn't go back, but she's been on tour for a little bit here and there.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's that Prodigy player too. Lina. I don't know how to say it. I follow her on Instagram, but I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
She had that shirt on that said, what was the shirt? What did it say? I can't remember. So, nevertheless, all right. So we are a little off and disoriented because this is Friday night at 8:30.
I mean, in Wisconsin, there was bad storms Wednesday night. There was tornado watches and warnings, flash flooding south of us and to the central part of the state. But there was still predicted you know, some bad weather, and then
It ended up being nothing.
really, like, it was windy, and that was it. But like Green Bay, like I was talking to one of our truck drivers today. They lost power Wednesday, and they didn't get back till this morning.
Yeah, I heard it was almost over a quarter of
Yeah,
the area didn't have power for
and then
quite a while.
So like Marinette County, which is directly across the bay from us, they were
13
getting
miles.
Yeah, they were getting tornadoes.
Yes.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, I know, because they were talking Oconto and then Marinette, and I'm like, I mean, we can almost reach out and touch them, like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
And for some reason, being
It's
out
that-
on the island, it's like, or the peninsula,
Right,
it's just
it's that water. You know, we'll
Yeah, it
see
doesn't
water
touch us.
spouts. We had a tornado once, I think, back in like
98.
98. Yeah. Yep.
yeah, but that was it. So yeah, we're adjusting to this new time, but we'll be back on Wednesday, so you'll hear this hopefully Friday, most likely tomorrow, which would be Saturday, right? Is when
I'm gonna try to get it out as fast as I can tonight.
okay, so may still drop on Friday, but
That's kind of why I brought my computer. I was like, hopefully we can just like record it and I can like get it up because I'm pretty fast now at getting stuff out.
Sure,
editing and whatever. So
yeah, well, and we don't edit too much. We're kind of uncensored here, so
Yep.
Okay, so we'll go over real quick. We'll get into the preview, and then we'll go back to Thrower Hanger Flipper. We have a listener bag analysis, so we'll go over those. We actually got quite a few, so thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think we have about the next couple weeks covered. I think we have 4 more.
yeah,
right.
but keep sending them in. Let us know what you got.
Them in, because maybe we'll do a couple a day. Who knows? And then we're gonna talk about Val Mandujano. We're gonna talk match play. We're gonna have a random question, hopefully, and then we'll do some shop updates. And then we're going to talk about a promotion that's going to be coming for our online store.
Ooh.
So we'll do that. I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm just going to give a little teaser, and then I'll give the full explanation on next Friday's episode.
Awesome.
So we'll have it out, and so I'll have it ready by Wednesday when we record, and then Friday we'll start it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a Diesel Brothers style. So have you ever watched the show on Discovery Channel? It's called Diesel Brothers.
No,
Maybe, was it
I
Diesel
don't think
Brothers?
I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, it is Diesel Brothers. So they have some huge like diesel power warehouse or something
Okay.
like that. They have this huge like online retail store, and they do these, like, hey, anyone that orders from this time to this time, X is going to happen. And I
Oh.
kind of stole something from them. Didn't steal it, but I'm stealing the idea and the mantra.
Okay.
Mantra? That doesn't sound right. Anyways, the motif of that style.
Got it. Got it.
So we're going to do something real quick just to kind of increase the exposure to the website, www.doordisc.com. Also, go over our socials real quick. So door_disc_golf does have the link tree. All of our links are there. Night_owl_pod is the Night Owls Disc Golf podcast. We'll give you updates for the show and do stuff like that. JP posts some disc reviews and shows some discs that he gets, things like that on it. So it's an active one. But outside of that, let's get back to it. Thrower, hanger, flipper. What did you get this week?
I bought a Lone Star Discs Warbird, which is a high-speed driver from them in the Bravo plastic, which is the more flexier, but like still has pretty good grip. And sadly enough, I have not gotten a chance to go out and throw it.
Yeah,
I've
you've been reffing.
I've been busy with soccer refereeing and other things with the kids and whatnot, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. And then I also got 2 Lone Star Disc Lariats, which is a new fairway driver from them, and the numbers on that are 9, 5, -1, 1, and I got that in Bravo and Alpha plastic.
When did
So-
you get the lariat? You didn't. Do we have it?
Nope,
No,
I got
I
it
didn't
from
think
Infinite
so.
Discs.
Okay.
but I put it on the board to get.
Yes. So the lariat and the
There's another disc that they have.
Walker Texas Ranger. No, the Texas
Ranger.
came out.
Oh yeah.
And then we also have the Bull Snake,
Oh,
the
I heard something about this.
Chupacabra,
Yep.
and the Dome.
I heard about the Dome too. That's a newly approved disc, I think.
Yeah. So the Dome is a fairway driver, a domey fairway driver.
Okay.
And then the Chupacabra is, control driver. The Chupacabra is a flat, overstable fairway. And then the Bull Snake is a slightly overstable approach putter.
Nice.
So
That
kind of an
sounds cool.
overstable line that's coming out.
Yeah.
So it says overstable putt and approach, and the Chupacabra is a mega overstable fairway, and then the dome is a flippy disc, so it's an 8-speed. So it's still a fairway, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So it's an 8-speed, flippy 8-speed, and it is named after the Astrodome.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, what's in Texas? That's Domi.
Yeah.
The old
So I
Astrodome.
think I'm gonna grab those last 5 that they dropped. I think I will. We're still playing the what discs do we want to bring in thing, because I think I got to do a restock on Innova as much as I don't want to. I have such a I'm so angry about Innova right now.
Yeah.
But sorry, my dog barked. Yeah, so that's that. Sorry, I had to interrupt after you said that.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I got. And I intend to throw those.
Okay.
Yeah. Try them out. I'm sure they'll make the thrower bag, like the one that
The other bag.
the other bag. Yeah. The one that I'm trying out. Yeah.
I didn't get anything new. I did kind of shuffle some of my bag around a little bit and just like solidifying some of the slots.
Mm-hmm.
So which Emacs am I going to have in? Which
okay.
Comets am I going to have in? Those type of things.
Yep.
And then took out a couple discs that were in my bag that like it was like, ooh, I have this in my bag still. Took out a couple of those things. But outside of that, like even when we did our bag review, I just completely forgot I had them in there. So,
okay.
Like, that's how long.
That's kind of like, I know, like when we were doing our bag review, I was like going through it in my head. I was like, I'm pretty sure I have more discs in my bag than this, but I can't think of them because I barely ever use
Exactly,
them.
yeah.
So obviously they can be taken out.
Yep. I had an Undertaker, and I love Undertakers. I'm not taking anything away from Undertakers, but I had an Undertaker sitting in there. I don't remember the last time I thrown an Undertaker.
Wow,
I can't even remember. So took those out, I actually had 2 of them. Took those out and then freshened up because I needed a fresh Felon.
Okay.
We had a Felon. I had that old Felon that I've been throwing for a long
Yeah,
time.
that yellow one.
That yellow one.
Yep.
I just had to freshen up a Felon, so I threw another Felon in there. But that yellow one's still in there. But outside of that, I didn't really get anything. But all those will be throwers, but they've been thrown. And no, I think all those were brand new. But they were sitting on the shelf. On my shelf in here, not in the shop. I didn't pull them from the shop. So, and then I really wanted to put a DD3 in my bag.
Yeah.
But, man, this is beefcake, these new ones.
Speaking of DD3, Colt Montgomery hit one of the sickest aces I've ever seen. That was amazing.
Yeah. Well, man, it was an ace. So, Joel Freeman hit a skip ace on camera.
Yeah.
And 18th hole, he birdied. 18th hole, he aced to put him within 1 of Garrett Gurthey. And who was it? Jordan Castro hit an ace. It wasn't on film, but Jordan Castro hit an ace in the tournament he was playing in. And then
Cole Radallen hit an ace during OTB skins for
Yes.
2,500. And I was like, boy, you're 1 week too late, buddy.
I know, exactly. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Still $2,500, but
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about basket, too.
Oh my God.
The malfunction.
Corey Ellis.
Yes, Corey Ellis. So we're going to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
So now that we're done with this, we'll jump right into it. We were going to go to listener, but I want to talk about basket. And I want to talk about Cole Radallen, but I also want to talk about the basket.
You mean Corey Ellis?
Corey Ellis, sorry.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the basket and Corey Ellis. So Corey Ellis, dead center chains, hits the bottom of the basket, pops up a little bit, kind of goes on edge.
Yeah.
Falls right through the bottom of the basket. And if you haven't seen it, what rock you living under? Just get on YouTube. It's going to be a featured video.
Yep.
I've seen it.
And for it to happen on coverage is
Lead card.
Yes. That's ridiculous.
So he had to putt it again. The putt did not count.
Right. Yeah.
So he took a stroke because of a
basket malfunction.
I wouldn't even call it a malfunction.
Well, no, that's true. Yeah.
Like,
so what I had heard is like something was originally wrong with the basket, and they like had to fix it. And for some reason, this the bottom of the basket was wide enough that maybe nobody knew, but like just wind up like what happened. The disc just
Right.
slipped through, and technically that basket shouldn't have even been PDGA legal for the modification.
Right, right. Yeah, so the tournament director was aware of it, and the tournament director, from what I understand, was the one that did the repair.
Okay.
So it had broken, and he re-welded it, and he welded it, I guess, maybe not in the right direct place, or it was bent, and he didn't bend it back. But do you remember, maybe it was 2015 or 16, I believe it was the first run of the Prodigy T1s, that they had the issue where it would fall through.
Oh.
And they had to add the extra ring on the bottom.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that.
I don't really remember that too much.
But there was a run, I don't know, and I don't want to call Prodigy out. I don't know who it was. It was either Prodigy or DD or, I mean, it could have been any basket maker
Right.
at that time. It might have been Discraft, who knows? But it was a basket manufacturer, and it was a pretty well-known basket manufacturer that was one of the issues, that they would fall straight through. And that brought me back to that. I was like, oh, I remember when they did that, because it was a big deal, because people were just there. I remember seeing a post of it where someone was just holding a putter and just like freely, wasn't even touching
Yeah.
anything. It was just going straight in and out of the bottom of the basket. And it was something, you'd never think, because there's no measurements, but you hit it at that right angle and it goes right in and out easy. But the thing that I'm kind of disappointed about is, and this is the change of the rules, because in the old rules, it would have counted. The new rules, it does not.
Right.
Because it has to come to rest
Yep.
in the bottom of the
And
basket.
you know what's crazy is you can slam a disc into the side of a basket and it counts.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly,
you
yeah,
can
if
wedge
it
a disc.
sticks in a
Yeah,
basket,
if it
yep.
sticks in, it's in.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. Didn't go into the proper area.
right.
And last year, if you had to go above the tray
Yep.
for it to count. And this year, they made it more fair. But yeah, it punishes a guy where it hit a dead center putt, all that stuff. And luckily, he didn't lose by just one. But man, if he would have,
Right.
that would be a huge outrage.
I know, because like it did just rest for like a split second before it went through, and you're like, oh, dang.
Yeah, did it come to rest or not?
Yeah.
So I think that in extreme cases like that, as in, the exception is not the rule. The rule truly, I mean, there is an exception to the rule. And I think that is one of those issues where, like, that counted.
Right.
Come on.
No better. We've talked about standard baskets. No better reason to have them than
Exactly.
that. But
Right
yeah,
there.
But like you said, exception to the
Yeah.
The what is it? The mean, like what was it called? Like I can't think of it. Like
Standard deviation or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Some statistical term.
Yeah, like the mean is like, well, an anomaly.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's a statistical anomaly.
Yes.
Is what it is.
Yeah, that's where you just throw those issues away. But
Yeah.
I really wish they would have done something. I just wish they would have counted it. I mean, I'm baffled that a modified basket that the TD was aware of, and that was caused to, it's like not hooking the chains on the basket. Right. And when a putter hits, the chains just fall.
Yeah.
Like, so now you can't correct those chains, but I don't know. So anyway, so crazy. Sucks it happened. He lost a stroke, rating points. I mean, there's a lot of repercussions that come out of that. But, and he possibly lost some money over it too. I don't know if he lost a spot by 1 point or not.
Someone had told me that I think I heard somewhere that he did lose something by one stroke, but I don't remember
what it was.
Yeah.
So, that's unfortunate. So, but, all right. So should we move on to Mr. Cunningham's bag
let's
review?
do it.
So Micheal Cunningham is part of Parliament, so our team here at Door Disc Golf. But he sent in his bag. Now, I've already talked about his bag slightly the last time, where he's the guy that if I wanted to switch a bag with somebody, it would be so easy to just hand my bag to him and him hand his bag to me.
Yeah.
Other than the top end of his drivers. So the only thing that he forgot, and I don't think you have it on there, is a Berg. He has a K1 soft Berg, if I remember rightly. Or it might be just a K1 Berg. I could probably pull up the email. But, all right. So, putters. What he has is 2 putting judges. He doesn't specify the plastic, but if I remember rightly, he uses classic. He has 1 Jawbreaker Zone, 1 Moonshine Judge, 1 Ethos Praxis. Never heard of that disc before in my life.
It's a great disc. I have 2 of them actually that I used to use as throwing putters.
What company?
Thought Space Athletics.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And
Okay, I have heard of
Ethos
them.
is like their clear kind of champion, like plastic.
Okay. And then 1 Z Zone.
Nice.
So you want to go in the mids?
Yep. So mid range, he has 1 Malta, 1 Justice, 1 new Sea Line MD3, and 3 cores. Now the core is not a disc. I know it's a DD disc. I've not seen a lot of them.
No.
So I don't know much about that disc.
They made them for a short while. They're not OOP, but they're just not producing them.
Okay.
They put them in some gold line and tournament plastics.
Okay.
Like they let them out. I think you have one for last year's the DDO player pack. I believe you had one
I
a
don't
tournament.
know. Maybe I did. I'm just looking it up right now. It's a 6-speed disc, 5 glide, minus 0.5 turn, and 1 fade. So a fairly straight
Yes,
mid-range. It's like borderline.
bounty-ish
Okay.
is what it is.
Faster bounty.
Faster bounty.
Okay.
Great mid. Like controllable, easy, stay on a line mid. And you can it's torque resistant. You can put some good power, and Michael has some good power.
Yeah, he's an advanced level player.
Right. He's upper level of the advanced.
Yeah.
He's right on the verge of. I think he's a 960-ish player. I know at least at one point he was, but he's upper level. He just has his days. Like I beat him in a couple tournaments, so that's how you know he has his days. Because I have no business beating him.
He won the Springtime Open, though.
He did win the Springtime Open, but the year before that, he did not. It was like just back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think he's a lot more consistent now. Let's see, 5 FDs.
Yeah.
So
You're speaking our language.
exactly, he has an S-Line Jackal, a Night Strike 1. Wow. A Halo Hawkeye, a Swirly S-Line, and a C-Line FD2. So I think he's kind of cheating with the FD2.
That's what I was thinking too. When I thought at first, I was like, it's in the FD line, but it's an FD too.
Exactly. Yep. He has 1 Fusion Escape and 4 Onyxes. 2 stock ESP, 1 Proto, and 1 Big Z, and a Firebird.
No mention of plastic, but
Yeah, no mention of plastics. But I'm assuming it is a.
You think it's the Sexton?
I think it's a color glow. I would
Yeah.
assume, yeah. So that's an assumption.
Okay. Now let's see. Distance drivers. He's got 1 Halo Wraith, which is for me that's pretty beefy.
Beefy.
And 4 Destroyers. 1 Philo Batros Swirly Star. I used to have one of those.
Fairly flippy, aren't they?
A little bit, yeah. 2 Star and 1 Halo, which must be like a Heimberg Destroyer.
I'm assuming,
Yeah.
The stars, it depends on what run. Because I had like the 2016, 2017 Paul Macbeth runs. They were kind of that beigey color.
Okay. Yep.
Absolute beefcake. I also had a blue Star Destroyer. Don't know what line it was. Also a Paul Macbeth Destroyer. And it had like flip for days.
Yeah.
Like the strangest thing. But such as Innova, that's the type of the stuff that they do.
Yeah.
The Halo Wraith and Halo Destroyer, I've thrown both. And it's weird because the 1 Halo Wraith that we gave away at Club that one year, or that it was last year, I think Tyler ended up getting it. That Halo.
Yep.
It was a Halo
I know
Destroyer.
he has one.
Oh no, was it a Wraith?
I don't know. He has both.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it was the Destroyer because when I threw the Destroyer, it was pretty flat. I mean, it responded just like a Destroyer would.
Yeah.
Pretty flat, hard finish. Wouldn't say crazy overstable. I have the 1 yellow Halo Wraith. Absolute beefcake. I mean, just beef beyond belief. Like crazy. So, all right, where do you see? Oh, and then the Berg. So, where do you see the lackings? Where could he add something into this?
Well, right off the bat, I feel like the whole bag is pretty overstable.
Yes, yes.
Like, or stable to overstable.
Yeah.
I mean, but
aside from the bird and the cores,
yeah.
FDs. I mean, that S-line jackal.
I mean, yeah, that's a more stable run of the S line. Same thing with that swirly. I have a swirly S line too. That was kind of like made around the same time as the jackal. I have a jackal at home as well, but and I lost one at Big Freeze one year too, which I was totally pissed off about. But at first when I saw 5 FDs, I was like, oh, maybe this is like the perfect like cycling. Where he's just cycling FDs in and out, like he takes like one outing, but if he's got all 5 of these in the bag, obviously they serve him some purpose.
Right.
And it's funny, it's interesting to me that he has the Halo Hawkeye instead of, I don't know if he's thrown the Dong Rebel.
Oh, do they have it in the Halo Plastic?
No, they don't. I'm just saying, like, it's just in Star and Champion, but like, for an Innova, like, FD, that like the Haley King Hawkeye or whatever it is, compared to like the Dark Rebel. Yeah, I'd just be curious if he's thrown the other one at all.
Yeah, I've never talked to him about it.
Yeah,
I know they're interchangeable.
Okay.
Like the 3 my OG FDs, the Hawkeye and the Dong Rebel.
Yeah.
There's no appreciable difference for me. That's why I don't bag the Dong Rebel or the Hawkeye.
Sure.
The Hawkeye's prettier, but
yeah,
I don't bag the Hawkeye.
The Hawkeye's prettier. And then 4 Onyxes.
I'm not familiar with the Onyx. I've never thrown an Onyx.
It's I think it's like a 10-5-0-2. I think that's what's, and I'm not sure. Excuse me, I'm not sure on the stability rating. Discraft stability rating. But to me, the Vulture is also very similar to the Onyx, but one of them's a little more flippy than the other. I forgot which way it goes. And when I had a Proto Onyx a while ago. Also lost that at the big. I was trying to play this like big hyzer, and it actually like grip locked and like went way in the woods, and I lost it forever. And I was like, well, I wasn't really attached to that disc, so not the biggest deal. But another case of maybe he's got Proto, 2 ESP. I think the Proto when they were made are still made in the ESP as well, or like that type of plastic. I know that's kind of like a.
And the big Z's tend to be slightly less stable, the plastic. I mean, so it sounds like it's kind of like a PD.
Yeah. Yeah, it's PD-ish, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the only Onyx I have is a pre-embossed. It was before they even had a name for it, but the Beat the Beast at the 18M Nationals.
Oh,
that was where we did that Beat the Beast challenge.
Yeah.
And those are Onyxes that were on that, and I'm like, I've looked them up a couple times. I'm like, man, I'm tempted to sell it. But I'll keep it.
Yeah.
So really the only thing that I see, and I'm assuming his destroyers fill this realm, but the only thing that I see is that Tailwind Glidey bomber disc, as far as his distance drivers go, because he can definitely use those.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking something in the Shrike-ish or Colossus, since he's kind of pushes towards that Innova line.
Yeah.
Something in that realm.
Yeah.
Something understable, flippy, that he can just put up in a Tailwind, big Sky Anheuser, and get real big distance out of it. As far as his putters go, I like his putters. I mean, I can't argue with his putters. I don't know anything about the Praxis, but it looks like he has quite a few good throwing putters,
right,
as far as the Moonshine goes.
And I like the zones. I throw a Z zone. I have a couple of Jawbreaker zones that I like. The Jawbreaker is nice because you get that nice grip when it's wet, and still got that rubbery feel to it, and it just sticks. That's what's nice.
And it's super straight. It doesn't have that beef that traditional zones have.
Right. And the Ethos, the Praxis is actually like, it's a really straight flying disc. Kind of almost like a Pure.
Okay.
I mean,
so
it's
glidey.
I think it's 3301.
Okay.
So it's a glidier disc. It feels really good in the hand. Like that's why I liked it. The plastic feels really good. And it's just a really good straight flying disc. Like before I was throwing Envies, I thought it was one of the straightest and like most consistent throwing putters.
Okay. Yeah, and I think you're right on the head with the mid ranges. And as far as overstability goes, you have the Malta, the Justice, and the MD3. Especially the new MD3s, it got some beef to them.
A little bit, yeah. It's a good run. I like the new run of MD3s. I like the run of the new Iron Samurai 3s are particularly like one of my favorite runs of MD3. I don't throw them a ton, but like the new Iron Samurai 3s are really good.
Yep.
And
we still have some in the shop.
Yeah. And the Malta is pretty overstable. It's like that's Macbeth's overstable disc that he had come out.
That's kind of
in
the
his line.
Gator-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then obviously like the Justice, I'm assuming he might use as like a get out of jail free kind of card disc or
That's really all you can use it for.
Right, exactly. And I'm guessing that he's using the cores as more of his understable flying
straight to understable,
Yeah.
I would assume.
I mean Opto X, I mean that's still pretty, I'm guessing it's still pretty beefy for what the disc is, but he seems like he can handle a good amount of, he's got a good arm, so
yeah,
it'll fly understable for him.
The Opto X, so when I throw the fuse, so the fuse and the core, they're fairly interchangeable. It's just hand feel for me.
Sure.
And I think the fuse might be a 5, right?
Fuse. Yeah, it's a 5-6 -1-0.
Okay, so it's similar.
They're very similar. Yeah. Just a little more turn out of the fuse.
Yeah. So the Opto X fuse, it does step up another level, but I put it, when I had the Opto X fuse and the EMAC in my bag, those two, I could get more distance out of the EMAC, but the flight lines were basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But when I put it just a standard fuse, like those things were flippy, pretty darn flippy. So I think you're probably right in the same when you put the Opto fuse or the Opto core and the Gold Line core. I bet you that's kind of where it is. They have the stability. So
kind of curious what he uses as like a roller disc too, like what he would throw down as a roller.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's one of the FDs or if it's I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe even the Escape. I kind of miss that Fusion Escape. Maybe that's something else he would throw down as a roller if he had to.
I think it's just the lack of understability. Now, I don't remember if he has a good forehand, so maybe he just simply doesn't need it.
Right, that could be.
So, but as far as it goes, like, I love his bag. I would throw his bag all day. It's the top end for me. His distance drivers, I can't handle them. I might be able to throw some of his destroyers because they're beat in. I know I've seen him throw a couple of his destroyers that are pretty beat, but outside of that, you go fairways and down. I love his bag.
Yeah,
I love his bag.
I like it. I like all the FDs for sure.
Yep.
I'm like the C-Line FD2, the FD2. I love that disc. It's like the new 3-tooled and like the older run FD2s I like a lot too.
Yeah. I have both of those. I used to throw the old FD2, the C-Line. Yeah, it was a C-Line, and it was a Pandemonium stamp on it. And when I first threw it, it flew like a felon to me. It's kind of where it was at in that same realm. But I really like it too. It doesn't have as big of a rim, in my opinion. Like the hand feel, it seems a little more comfortable for smaller hands, the FD2. So, but yeah, I liked it for the short time that I threw it. But yeah, so Michael, I think just get some understability in your bag. I would assume the destroyers, the way you're layering stuff, I'm assuming you have beat in and you have some flippy stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, in reality, I don't think there's much we can pick apart, but just by face value, if all these were brand new, I would say you need some understability.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's it.
That's it.
Nice bag though. I can't really roast you up too much because I really like that bag. So, all right. Outside of that, let's see. We can talk about Valerie Mandujano, but I think we need to take a quick intermission. I do need to take a quick intermission.
Wow.
Yes,
all right.
Yeah. So, we will be back. Yep.
A few moments later.
And we're back. All right. It was rough goings. I ate spicy food. So
we'll just leave it at that.
No, so here, I'll give you a little more.
Okay.
We went to the Asian market like maybe a week and a half ago, and I bought fried chili pepper oil.
Okay.
I've never had that or not.
I haven't, but I've seen it for sure.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I love this stuff. It's so good. And I had a burrito today with jalapenos and fried pepper oil on it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it sucks. It sucks. Okay. Anyways, Valerie Mandujano.
You're gonna lead into spicy.
Yeah. Good. This segue. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's talking about spicy. There you go.
Yeah.
Valerie Mandujano is undefeated in Portland this year. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, in Portland. Yes, that was a
Yes.
true statement. In Oregon.
In Oregon.
So
Somewhere out west.
yeah, out there. But yeah, she dominated again. So that's 4 in a row. No, 3 in a row that she's won.
2.
3.
Beaver State, Portland. What did she win?
Yeah, and then she did.
I mean, she only has 3. She has Waco.
Oh, Waco. That's right. Yeah, not 3 in a row.
Yeah.
She has 3.
3. She has 3 total.
Yeah, 3 total.
3 total.
And it's awesome. Like I'm all about it. Like that's great. And I remember watching her play with the Macbeth brothers, her and her sister
Yeah.
play, and I remember like how clean they played, like how, and they almost beat them.
They did.
Did they beat them?
No, I think I don't remember. It was on Macbeth's channel. I remember.
No, because John got an ace.
Oh.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, just fantastic. But I remember them playing and watching both of them just so smooth. But Valerie was just super smooth, you know. But super happy for her. So here's the thing, the reason why I want to bring her up. With Kristen Tatar back in the game, a full field with Paige, Kat, Merch, anybody else that's in there. How do you think she's going to continue to fare?
Well, I mean, she's the hottest golfer going right now. I mean, Kristen is the highest rated player right now.
Tied right now with Paige, right? Or she's solo now.
She's solo, 982, I believe.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
I thought Paige was 982 as well, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I just saw that it said she was ranked. Like, there's an Instagram post the other day saying that she was it must have been Tuesday when ratings dropped. But there's something to say about being on a roll. I mean, she is taking the match play off. She's home resting before they had some stuff they wanted to get done with their RV, and they bought a new Jeep and stuff like that. But if you can carry that momentum, I think that the Preserve is a course that she could score really well on.
Yep.
With Kristen coming back and being defending champion, obviously she's going to look to continue to compete at the highest level possible. Kat, she's up there. She's been playing not so great, like early rounds, but she really comes on in 3 and 4 in 4-day events. Paige is Paige. Obviously, she's got that.
She's still killing it, but not like.
Yeah, right. Not typical
Not like it
Paige,
was.
dominating.
Right.
Kat Merch, she just got promoted to champion team, which is really awesome, and she's been playing pretty consistent. Missy Gannon, you can throw her in there. She's doing okay. But, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it'd be between Paige, Kristen, and Val. For me, being 1, 2, 3 right now, easily.
Okay. So you don't think that. Oh my goodness. Why can't I think of their names? The other Europeans.
Evelina and
Yeah,
Hannah.
and Hannah, yeah.
I think that's you can think of their names.
Yeah.
They're not making not making a splash really. Evelina last time we saw her was having huge putting woes. She couldn't make a 15-footer really.
Yeah.
Hannah, she really didn't show up when she was here either. She maybe had one top 10 or a top 15, something like that. She wasn't making that big of a deal for being as high of, highly rated
Right.
as they are. And I haven't even seen any media from them.
Well, they went back to Europe too.
They did, but usually, I'd see some sort of social media post or like, Innova giving like an update of like what they've been up to. And like they've been kind of like radio silent or like social media silent. Like,
Right.
maybe they're just working hard on their game. So when they get back over here, they feel a little better about being over here. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm still on from the very beginning. If you go back and listen to the podcast before the season started, I was very much on the side of why is Tatar not getting any airtime and these two are.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the very beginning, because I never saw them as being these stars. For some reason, from 2020 until they got back here, they got these huge rating bumps in Europe. And when they came back, they just didn't perform up to their ratings.
Right.
Now, we can have this fight about whether ratings matter or not, but nevertheless, that's how we're ranking right now. And until further notice, they matter, So I still think, Tatar is going to stay up there. Mandujano, like, I want to see her give a couple more. And I think she's in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I think she could be inside the top 5, but no, I think she is inside the top 5. I wouldn't put Missy Gannon up there. I know you threw her out there.
Right.
Like, she's had a couple good showings, but outside of that, I mean, she hasn't really done anything.
I mean, Haley King too. Haven't seen Haley King in a while either.
Exactly.
So who knows what she's been doing. And then you've got someone like, maybe Reno Oliva kind of falls in that like 10 to like maybe 15 category. Like she's still been like pretty good.
Well, you got Owen Scoggins as well.
Oh yeah.
Which Owen is up there. Anytime she's in the conversation, you can't count her out.
Right.
Even though she doesn't have the big distance, But I think the difference that Valerie Mandujano has is that she has her sister and she has Mason Ford.
Yeah.
And they're about it. Like, they are always about disc golf.
Yep.
They travel together, they practice together, they play together, they caddy together. I mean, her life is disc golf.
It is.
And that's something to be said about that. And Heather Young came back and won a tournament.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Tennessee State, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I saw her on social media. She was with, I think Paige Shue. I saw a picture of her and somebody, and Macy, I think.
Valadius, yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture of the three of them, and I was like, Heather Young, what the heck? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm happy to see her back, and that's awesome. Hopefully she's back, but even if she's not, I love seeing that she's liking the game again.
Yeah.
Because she sounded like she was kind of fall out of love with the game. So now it seems like she's back. So,
dare we say Valerie Mandujano, best trilogy player right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think that's daring to say.
No.
Because Eric Oakley did he's not trilogy anymore. Yeah, I mean, like, I know
it's not fair because like Ricky has dropped out, but I mean,
well, yeah, I'm sorry, I was thinking more. Yeah, I guess. Well, with Ricky,
I should say no player right now is on a hotter streak, or like she's definitely like, if you were going like Q rating or like heat index, hottest player right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Simon Lizotte, maybe.
Oh yeah.
But as far as the trilogy brands go, without a doubt, her.
Yeah.
I think so. I would love to get back to our grading.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know.
Because Dee killing it with her alone.
Her alone, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we said that even back when we did our first grades or talked about signings. We're like, this is a very underrated signing, and like, it's she's definitely probably outplayed her contract. We don't know what her contract is, but she definitely has outplayed it.
Well, she's definitely outplayed her contract because she's definitely worth what the person not to be named is getting. Like, I don't want to put shade on her because
I know
she's bringing worth. There's worth. They decided that was the case. I don't know if I, as a business person, would have put that money in that bag, but with Val, like, whatever they're paying her, more than worth it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
More than worth it.
Absolutely.
So good for her. I mean, I'm super happy, and I think they made the right choice of bringing whoever she wanted with her. And I think that's where Mason Ford came over with her as well. I don't know if that was because of her or if it was just kind of a package deal or what. Or maybe they just independently decided. But whatever it is, good choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great choice. So, all right, you want to get on to match play?
Yeah, so Match Play, Disc Golf Match Play Championships presented by Discmania. Happening this weekend in Colorado. I don't remember what the course is called.
I don't either. So while you look that up, full disclosure, JP has seen the results. I have not for the first day of Friday. So what we're going to do is go through and just kind of make our picks.
Bailey Disc Golf Course is where they are playing, and apparently it's like 7,800 feet above.
Big.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
It's well above sea level.
And this is kind of home turf for Missy Gannon, isn't it? Or in that area?
I think so.
Okay, because I think she's a Colorado native. I don't know if she currently lives there, but I know she was there for quite a while.
And there was somebody else too who I heard was from Colorado and might have had some. Is Joel Freeman from that area? No,
I have no clue.
They were talking.
Joel Freeman's Florida guy.
Okay. Yeah, someone else was getting mentioned as being kind of a homer to this area.
Okay.
Maybe Aaron Gossage, maybe?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have zero
Sorry.
clue. Yeah, zero clue. I just want to talk about the picks.
Yeah. Right on.
All right. So, give me the pairings.
Okay, match day 1, which is today. We had Sarah Holcomb versus Vanessa Van Dyken. I'm going in the order. This is of today's schedule. So this was FPO. There's 2 FPOs and then MPO. So Sarah Holcomb, Vanessa Van Dyken, Owen Scoggins versus Rebecca Cox, Kat Murch versus Holly Finley,
Okay.
Maria Oliva versus Natalie Ryan. Then we had Ella Hansen versus Deanne Carey,
Okay.
Emily Beach versus Jen Allen,
Ooh, okay.
Missy Gannon versus Leek Lorenzen.
Oh, that's the okay.
Yep. And then Holland Hanley versus Lisa Fakis. That was this morning. And then interesting coverage. And then there was another round this afternoon where it was Gannon versus Fakis, Hanley versus Lorenzen, Ella Hansen versus Jen Allen, Emily Beach versus Deanne Carey, Murch versus Natalie Ryan, Maria Oliva versus Holly Finley.
So there's a loser's bracket as well then.
Yeah, I don't know. Because this was posted like days ago.
Okay.
Because like when I clicked on the website, it's like, okay, we're going to bring you to this Instagram post for the schedule. And then Holcomb versus Cox, Scoggins versus Van Dyken. And I think what happens is each pairing, if you end up winning, you end up getting points. Like,
okay.
A win is worth 3 points, a tie is worth 1.
Then do you want to just pick overall? Who do you think the overall match is going to be?
Okay.
So who the championship match is going to be? And is it going to be, it's 2 players for the championship?
Okay,
Is that
so
correct?
here's what we got going down. Yeah, so championship, it'll be semifinals. So you got winner 1 versus winner 4, winner 2 versus winner 3, and then it goes winner 1 versus winner 2 overall for both, MPO and FPO.
Okay, so then we will pick our pairings for the championship.
Okay.
Okay, so I am going to go with...
And so every player that I gave you that was first is the higher seed.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
I am going to go with... I'm going to go Holcomb and... I'm going to go Holcomb Own.
Ooh. Nice. And that's your final day pairing?
That'll be my final of the championship.
Okay.
Oh, are they in the same side of the bracket? Can they do that? Can I do that?
It's not showing me like the bracket. It's just showing me the pairings for right now.
Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, it is.
Assuming that they can meet each other in the bracket, then that's fine.
You said Sarah Holcomb?
Holcomb and Own.
Okay, Holcomb is 4, Own is 5. So they could very well meet each other probably at some point.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be before the finals, but it could.
All right. So it could potentially. All right. So.
Oh, actually, they're playing tomorrow against each other.
5.
But if it's overall points, it could still happen.
Okay. And then who do we got on the men's side?
All right.
Okay, you got to go first. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna take Cat Merch.
Oh yeah.
And Ella Hansen.
Ooh. So Merch and Hans. I like your picks so much better.
And I honestly, I saw today, briefly for a second, who advanced by it. It has no bearing on who already has points or whatever. So
okay.
That's just who I think is going to play well here.
Okay.
Each other. Okay. So for MPO today, it's this is okay.
Did Lazat stay in?
This is interesting. Today there's 2 rounds of FPO and then 1 round of Lazat's in of MPO.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So only 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so all 16 played. It was Jones versus Coling, Locastro versus Alden Harris, James Conrad versus Bradley Williams, Aaron Gossage versus Luke Humphreys, Joel Freeman versus Anthony Barella, Lazat versus Chandler Fry, Gannon Burr versus Albert Tom, and Ezra Aderhold versus Kyle Klein.
Okay. Before you go anywhere, or tell me the winners, let me see if I can pick them.
Oh, I don't have the winners up.
Oh, it doesn't have them good. Okay,
it doesn't have them up.
Okay.
The only time I saw the winners was on UDisc. I don't know who, and I didn't even, I just looked at the FPO briefly. I didn't even look at MPO because I didn't have time today. But
all right, so let's do the same thing. Pick our championship pair.
Okay.
If it's possible.
If it's possible, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to put Lazat and Burr. Was that who you were going to pick?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to go a little different. I'm going to say Joel Freeman.
Ooh, he's hot right now.
He is hot right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to say... Oh, this is so tough because I want to pick...
He's super hot.
He is super hot right now. I'm going to say James Conrad.
Conrad? Oh, okay. You're hoping he finally shows his teeth again?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
It's kind of crazy. You know, I get a lot of people want to have their time off before the preserve, just, relax. Like, there's some big
Especially
names.
because it's a bomber course, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they were even down into, Brody's 30-something.
Yeah, I heard he got an invite.
And he got an invite and turned it down.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because that's decent money that they're paying out here.
It is. I think so.
It's $10,000, I think, for the winner.
I think that's what I heard, 10,000.
That's incredible. I mean, I think you get $2,000 just for showing up.
Mm-hmm. And if you're playing Missy Gannon, you got a nice little participation trophy.
That's right. I saw. Oh, thank you for man. That's confidence.
But it's awesome because she was just like that last year against Kona.
Yep.
Yeah. But the press conferences are half the fun of the match play event. Mm-hmm. But it sucks because not having the top players. But I get it. And then Eagle was there. Terry did an interview with Eagle as well.
Good. How's he feeling?
He said he had a procedure done and that he's feeling decent. He's recovering, but still a ways away.
All right. Well, sounds like I lost $50.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, that sucks.
I know.
Damn you, Jordan.
I know.
Or damn you, Eagle.
I didn't even think about seeing catastrophic injury.
Right?
Why would I not
say
something like that? Barring catastrophic injury, he's going to have a win.
Yeah.
And Jordan said no. So, all right. I thought it was a safe bet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think there is something to be said about Gannon and Colorado. So I think there's something, but the amount of momentum that Lizotte is carrying right now, incredible.
Yeah.
And
It's a Discmania event. Like
exactly,
like,
exactly. And in the home state.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Right.
so, but like you, Freeman is, and Merch has a tremendous amount of momentum, and not just not winning momentum. She's got this popularity momentum that's going.
Right.
That everybody's like, "You're awesome. You're the best. This is
Besides Val Mandujano, she's kind of like the disc golf darling right now.
exactly." Yep. Yep. She comes up in everybody's thoughts and conversations about the FPO. So, and and I think Ryan has probably a very good chance as well.
I can see that.
I think potentially be up there as well. But yeah, I think what we choose, we'll see. Got this weekend to find out.
Yeah.
I have no random question today. Do you have a random question?
No, all I had was the Monday.
I like. Let's save that because that's
Yeah,
going to be a
I
good
know.
conversation. All right. So, your absolute favorite candy,
I
bar
mean,
none, no question.
Snickers.
Snicker.
Yeah.
So rest of your life, only one candy. It'll be Snickers.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's an easy. Like, okay, so like recently, I've been going into the gas station. It's like I always grab a Snickers. So yeah,
Really? Okay.
yeah, I think that's what's got to be.
Man.
I mean, it would be peanut butter Twix, but I haven't seen peanut butter Twix in a while.
Peanut butter Twix. Ew.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm not the Reese's guy. Like, I
You
mean,
don't like peanut butter in your
no,
chocolate?
I have no issues with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
But it's not the one that I'm like, ooh, I want a Reese's.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like if I had Halloween candy in front of me and Reese's, that's not the first thing I'm grabbing.
Oh man, Halloween candy. I forgot about Halloween candy.
Well, so okay, let's go to that.
No,
next
that's
then.
fine.
No, we're going to that next. I want to
Okay.
know because you're probably a bottle cap guy, aren't you?
No, but I've said I like bottle caps.
Yes,
before.
you do. You do. I will say those. I mean, if you know, you know the gummy nerds.
Oh yeah.
Like, without a doubt, I would stay with them for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Now, there's a clusters, any of them, honestly, any of them, like the giant nerd, the sour nerd eggs, or the gummy clusters.
Okay.
Any of the variation, completely fine with it.
Lulu was funny tonight. She's my youngest daughter. We were at my son's Little League game, and she's like, "I want candy." I was like, "Oh God, all right." So what does she go grab? A nerd rope.
Perfect.
It's like perfect. You're gonna be up the rest of the night,
Absolutely.
and your mom gets to deal with you while I'm doing this. So
Yeah.
even better.
By the way, your kids were awesome in the shop the other day. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Oh my God, they're hilarious and embarrassing all at the same time.
Oh, I get it. I thought it was awesome. All right.
And the only way you can get them to settle down is like promising to buy discs.
Yeah, I love that. I was like, God, keep going, kids. Like,
Great. I'm out $40.
yeah, exactly. All right. If you had a bag of Halloween candy, what would be the first
Oh,
thing?
man.
What's the first thing that disappeared?
It's probably usually like Starburst or Kit Kats or something, or Laffy Taffy,
Okay.
something like
You're a
that.
banana Laffy Taffy guy, aren't you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
banana.
good. Yes.
Banana sucks.
You were the first person. I throw them away.
I think
I
they're
hate 'em.
absolutely terrible.
They are garbage.
Absolute garbage.
Trash.
There should be no banana flavored. Oh no, but no, I hate banana runts too. I can't just.
No, I don't eat those
Yeah,
either.
I can't. I just like
Oh, I
boom.
love runs. Runs
I
are
do
good.
love runs too.
Yeah. Anything that'll hurt my teeth, good with it.
Yeah.
I'm for sweet tarts.
Oh yeah.
Immediately sweet tarts.
Yeah.
Or Milky Ways.
Okay, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite color flavor sweet tart?
I don't.
You don't care.
No,
You're just like,
I just throw
sweet
them in my
tarts.
mouth. Yeah. Like the chewy ones at the
Chewy Spree.
the little chewy one. Oh,
Yeah.
the chewy sprees. So
Chewy sweet tarts are good too.
back in the day, so they changed them. They're called chewy spree or chewy sweet tarts now. Mm-hmm. They were sprees.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then what was the other one? Shockers. No, they were shockers. Chewy sweet tarts were shockers.
Oh.
And they changed them. Now they're not.
I remember
There's no
those.
shockers anymore.
Yes,
they're
'cause they
chewy
were,
sweet tarts.
Yeah, they were kind of sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those. Those were good.
Man, my mouth
I
is
would
watering.
always suck on them and get all the like sour flavor off first, and then like chew on them, and then,
And then your mouth would be all raw and horrible.
yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Yep. All right. So there's the random question out of the way. So shop updates. So Ledgestone Wave 4 is in the house, and we will be throwing everything up online. I believe it is the 27th that they release, and it is the final run of this year's Ledgestone drops.
Wow.
So we also got Dishcraft drop in. We got some awesome Star Wars stuff or Mando
Ooh.
stuff
Yeah.
in with that drop.
Cool.
DG Max Wax is in full effect. We have the Snap Sticks and the Surf Wax.
Surf Wax minis. Yeah.
And then we ordered Zing Minis with the Door Disc Golf stamp on them.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll be coming pretty
They're
soon.
a Wisconsin company, aren't they?
I don't,
Midwest.
Craig, they're Midwest. I think they're Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
I think they're Minnesota.
And they're little, they're minis that could be used as can toppers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we
that's
got
awesome.
some of the Pico Minis, which are the can toppers.
Uh-huh.
So if you're drinking a libation of some sort on the course, you can cover it.
Yeah.
And if it's a sweet libation, you can cover it and no bees get in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get mad and kick your bag, you're not dumping your beer.
Right.
So,
yeah.
and then we got some new hats.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was impulsive. I was at Hat Head.
Yeah.
And getting hats for my other business, and I saw the hats that came in that we chose for those, and I was just like, but these are so awesome. So it's a trucker, and it has, or a mesh back. It's not technically a trucker. It doesn't have the high crown. White front, like bill and front.
Okay.
And then a like brown, white, and gray camo mesh.
That's cool.
Slick looking.
That sounds
It is
awesome.
so cool looking.
And these are 5-panel hats, or
no,
like-
they're like truckers, but
Okay.
they don't have the high crown like
Got it.
traditional
Okay.
truckers.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're just they're standard 5-panel.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So and then we did our full color logo just offset to one of the panels.
Nice. That
So-
sounds cool.
Yeah, so we should have those pretty soon. But I went in to get some hats because I have a dome. I have a really, really big head. So I went in to get some larger head hats and put the Door Disc Golf logo on them. And then when I picked up ours, I was like, man, I got to get some for the Door Disc Golf.
That's cool.
Like, they're really cool
That's
looking.
cool.
So, yeah, so we'll be having some of those come in. And then I think outside of that, keep an eye out for promotion going up pretty soon. And we'll use Instagram and our social media accounts to do it. We'll probably use YouTube because we should be getting those up really soon. I know Joe was going to work on them today a bit.
Really? No.
Yeah. We're
It is
hoping.
Friday. Yeah.
Joe. So we should be getting those up pretty soon. We did not record today because I was doing all the tournament prep. I went and mowed the course, did all that stuff. But yeah, so keep an eye out on that. It will be something that you guys will enjoy because who doesn't like cash money? All right.
true.
So with that said, you want to share your socials?
Yeah. One night dot. Oh wait.
That's yours. One night.l.
Yeah. On Instagram. That's yeah. I mean, I don't. It's funny because I'm on the Night Owls one almost more than my own now. Just checking stuff out. And then obviously night_owls_pod. That's the podcast.
Right. So we do have a Twitter now
Oh, get out.
at DoorDisc.
And like you were using that strictly for
For
Innova?
Innova, yeah. And now I'm following like 60 or 80 disc golfers. And
Okay.
It's pretty fun. I get those
Brody?
emails. Yeah, Brody's on
Yeah.
there. Brody posts a lot or tweets a lot.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, when you listen to like debate night or something, he's like, yeah, Twitter. Blah.
Oh, yeah, he does talk about Twitter a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then door_disc_golf. And then you're going to finally share your OnlyFans?
Nope.
All right. Have a good day. Keep us up par. Peace.